Well, hello, James. Thanks for being on the call today. I really appreciate it.
Anytime.
For everyone watching out there, we're talking to James Gilbert today because it's your 20 years of service with Maverick, and we wanted to take an opportunity to talk to you a little bit about your time here with us. James is a flatbed OTR driver in our USA division, which has about 100 drivers in it. But it does, so it's not our biggest division, but it does have our biggest footprint, right? So from a hiring area standpoint, it is kind of our largest area, and that's why we call it the USA, because it's the biggest one that we've got out there. But to start off, James, first of all, congratulations, well done, great to have you, and thank you for all your hard work over 20 years.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
All right. So let's tell us a little bit about you, a little bit about where you're from and your family and that sort of thing.
Well, originally I was born and raised in South Carolina, but then so I left home, I joined the military, went around, and I settled down in North Carolina after coming back to Fort Bragg. I came the first time, and the thing is, when you go once, you go back again. So when I came back, me and my wife, we moved from Missouri back here in '86, and we've been here ever since. But by me being in the military, I was gone most of the time. So when I came home and after I retired and started flatbed, and by me gone all the time, she sort of got used to it.
So it works for you.
Oh, yes, it does. Oh, yes.
All right. Awesome. And I assume that's where you got your CB handle, right?
Oh, yes, I got my CD handle by being in the military. You know, everybody used to call me Sarge all the time, so it sort of stuck on me.
Awesome. So let's talk about your career here a little bit. I think that I always like to share some numbers. So you've been with us 20 years, but you've got 15 years of safe driving, which means that you're 1 year away from your 2 million mile safe driving award, right? So well, not even 1 year, right? Less than that, I think, probably like 7 months or so. So that's going to be awesome. But what goes along with that, for everyone who's watching out there, that means that you have your 5-year ring, right? You've got that.
Correct.
You've got your million miles, which was right around 8 years. Then you got your 10-year watch, right?
Correct.
And then actually we kind of added something here in the last couple of years. We get 1.5 million miles, and then obviously you'll get to the 2 million. So great accomplishments across there, but there's a few other things I love to talk about a little bit. Any idea how many times you've been around the world with the miles that you've driven with Maverick?
Ooh, I could say a couple of, I'd say.
Yeah, just under 81. So you could have traveled around the world 81 times with the number of miles that you've driven. Yeah, and over 3,700 loads, by the way. So you've done, I think, 3,775 loads as of yesterday, and 75% of those loads were tarped, which means that you tarped 2,831 loads. Does it feel like you've tarped 2,800 loads?
It don't seem like it, you know. Everything just went by so quick. It seemed like it was just yesterday. But it don't seem like it.
Well, you've done the work, and that's really awesome. We really appreciate it. Now, you talked a little bit about the military and that sort of thing. So obviously we know that that's what you were doing kind of before you came to Maverick and that sort of thing. But what's your best memory here at Maverick? So if there's something you could say, hey, this is what I really remember, what would it be?
Well, I had so many memories that was good, but I think the one that most stood out was when I first made Black Hat. And I didn't know it until I walked in and Mama K was there. Mama K congratulated me, and I was like, wow, you know. And my thing was, well, once you make Black Hat, you must be doing something right. So I just that was one that dawned on me.
Yeah. And that was back in 2011, right? I think September of 2011 that you became a Black Hat.
Correct.
So you're driver of the month. And obviously you're right. Doing something right is obviously really important to you because you're still doing it today. Still doing a great job, so both safety-wise and performance-wise. So that is awesome to see. You also trained for us for a period of time, right? So you do you remember how long that was you were training for us?
I can't remember, but it's had to been about, what, 5, 6, maybe 7 years. I trained a pretty good while.
So a good bit there. And so something that, a lot of newer drivers that are thinking about coming to Maverick, and that's some sort of thing we'll probably see this video. And it's always kind of interesting to find out, what words of advice, encouragement would you say to people that are looking at this industry to come into?
Well, I think coming to Maverick and coming into flatbed, I think flatbed takes, I'm going to put it like this. Everybody can't be a flatbedder, because there is work involved. And, if your mind is set and you're motivated, you can make it. All you got to do is just pay attention and everything else will just fall in place.
Yeah, absolutely right. And a little bit more about where you're at in your career and all that kind of stuff. I know that you've had to have a great support system there at home in order to get all of this done. And obviously that's real important to these new drivers coming in. Can you talk a little bit about your family and just the support that's needed from home?
Well, my wife, she makes sure that when I leave, all my stuff is squared away. She gets all my stuff out of the cleaner, and she always tell me be safe. And the kids, every now and then, they'll call me, Dad, how you doing? And I just keep going. I just tell them, hey, you need to be like your dad, come out here and see the world. But other than that,
are your kids still? Yeah. So are your kids still pretty close to home, or are they kind of spread out a little bit?
They kind of spread. No, they're not spread out too far. My daughter, she live in Durham. No, she live in Cary. My youngest son live in Cary. My oldest son lives here, not too far from Fayetteville, the next little city over. I just can't remember the name of it right now. Every now and then, I get that senior citizen moment.
Hey, we're all there, right? We all got a little bit of gray going on, and not only that, but we're videoing this, right? So that always adds another piece of it and that sort of thing. So, but I really do appreciate you coming on, James, and talking to me for a few minutes. Anything else before we go?
There's so much I could talk about, but I don't want to waste too much time. Like I say, I've been here with Maverick 20 years. Looked like it was just yesterday. I like what I'm doing, and I kind of feel like I know what I'm doing, and I just enjoy it.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming on with us and talking about your 20 years with us. And once again, congratulations for 20 years of service with Maverick. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.